Tuesday morning Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for April 4th. For introduction purposes, my name is Todd Wilchin. I am the chair of the board. To my left, fellow Commissioner Deb Shore. On my right, fellow Commissioner Jennifer Brinkman. Commissioners Roma Amundsen and Commissioner Bill Avery, Vice Chair, are not with us today. From the County Attorney's Office, we do have Mr. Dave Durbin. From the Clerk's Office, we do have Kelly Lundgren, and the County Clerk himself, Dan Nolte. The Chief Administrative Officer for the county, Mr. Kerry Egan, is also with us this morning. If you'd please join me standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, if you'd please start the agenda.
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of our material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes, approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, March 28th, 2017.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, March 28th. Are there any corrections or discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. 1B, approval of the minutes of the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer interviews held on Tuesday, March 29th, 2017.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer interviews held on Tuesday, March 29th. Any discussion or corrections? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 2 are claims, approval of all claims processed through April 4th, 2017.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all claims processed through April 4th. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 3 are special presentations. Recognizing April 2nd to the 8th, 2017 is Crime Victims' Rights Week. Elizabeth McQueen, Victim Witness Manager, Kathy Stevenson, Victim Advocate, Jody Brott, Victim Advocate, and Arcelia Gomez, Domestic Violence Advocate.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I am Beth McQueen. I'm the manager of the Victim Witness Unit at the Lincoln Police Department.
I am Jody Brott, Victim Advocate at the Lincoln Police Department.
And Arcelia Gomez, Domestic Violence Advocate at the Lincoln Police Department.
And Kathy is with a victim, so she wasn't able to come.
That's unfortunate. We have from the clerk's office, we have a copy of the resolution. If you'd please read it.
This is in the matter of recognizing April 2nd to the 8th, 2017 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week. Whereas the Lincoln Police Department Victim Witness Unit is dedicated to strengthening victims and survivors in aftermath of crime, building resilience in our communities and our victim responders, and working for justice for all victims and survivors. And whereas the LPD Victim Witness Unit served over 5,500 individuals who were victims of crime last year, and whereas providing crime victims with knowledge of their rights and available services strengthens their ability to recover by restoring a sense of self-empowerment. And whereas a multidisciplinary response involving victims service professionals, criminal justice officials, legal professionals, medical and mental health providers, and community leaders is essential to reach and serve all victims, especially those who are marginalized, have disabilities, or live in remote locations. And whereas Lancaster County is committed to ensuring that all victims of crime, especially those who are challenging to reach or serve, are afforded their rights and receive support services, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Lancaster County, Nebraska, that the week of April 2nd through the 8th, 2017 is hereby recognized as Crime Victims' Rights Week, and encourage citizens to stand united in our commitment to justice for victims of crime. Dated April 4th, 2017 by the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners.
Yeah, please.
We just want to say thank you so much for your support of the victims in our community and your support of our unit. We are a completely grant-funded unit, and with support like this, we are able to better strengthen our applications to continue that grant funding. So this is really important, and it's also a really important statement to our community. So thank you.
Commissioner Shore?
I know you do provide a variety of services within the unit. You want to just talk briefly about what you do to support those who are in need of your services?
Do you? Oh, she wants.
Okay.
We review all police reports and sheriff's reports every day for the last 24 hours or on Mondays for the last 3 days. And we send letters out to those victims that it's safe to send letters to. And we do personal phone calls to contact them, let them know that we're here and that they're not alone, that there's an agency to assist them and to help them if they have questions or needs on their case. If there is an arrest, about 25% of our cases have arrests. We work with them on the legal system and how to navigate that legal system successfully as a victim. And for those that don't have arrest as a resolution, we talk about other ways for them to help start to recover and repair from what happened in their crime.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
We would
Yeah.
like to give you a gift.
Absolutely. Would you give them to the clerk? That'd be great. Thank you. Are there any other questions? Well, on behalf of Lancaster County, I do want to thank you for all the work that you do. I mean, obviously, when individuals are presented with the unfortunate situation of being a victim of a crime, it's valuable to have a resource in the county and the city to be able to assist them. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please see the correlating item. Mr. Nolte.
This is under new business. 5A is a resolution recognizing April 2nd through the 8th, 2017 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution recognizing April 2nd through the 8th as National Crime Victims' Rights Week. Any discussion?
We're fine.
Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Do we get the thing?
We'll get it to you later.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next is 3B. This is recognizing April 4th, 2017 as National Service Recognition Day. Randy Jones, AG Partners Director, and Karen Wobig, Extension Educator, Unit Leader in Lancaster County Extension Office.
Good morning, Mr. Jones and Ms. Welbig.
Good morning.
Would you like me to read the proclamation first? Or?
Sure,
Okay.
please.
Whereas service to others is a hallmark of the American character and central to how we meet our challenges, and whereas the nation's counties are increasingly turning to national service and volunteerism to meet our needs, and whereas participants in AmeriCorps and Senior Corps work to address our most pressing challenges, from educating students for jobs of the 21st century and supporting veterans and military families to providing health services and helping communities recover from natural disasters. And whereas AmeriCorps and Senior Corps participants serve in 31 locations in Lancaster County, bolstering the civic, neighborhood, and faith-based organizations that are so vital to our county's well-being. And whereas more than 104 national service participants of all ages and backgrounds serve in Lancaster County, supporting county residents and improving our quality of life. And whereas Serve Nebraska, the Nebraska Volunteer Service Commission, and the Corporation for National and Community Service share a priority with Lancaster County officials to engage citizens, improve lives, and strengthen communities, and are joining with the National Association of Counties and county officials across the country for the Mayor and County Recognition Day for National Service on April 4, 2017. Now therefore be it resolved, the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim April 4, 2017 as National Service Recognition Day and encourages residents to recognize the impact of national service in our community, and thanks to those who serve, dated this 4th day of April 2017 by the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners.
Thank you for that. Commissioners, I'm here today to share in your celebration of the National Service Programs, AmeriCorps and Senior Corps and Foster Grandparent Programs. As a community, as a county community, we benefit in two significant ways. The direct benefit of the service helps us build capacity in the county to provide community services. Our foster grandparents impact the lives of children in the classroom by providing a model in an intergenerational experience that the children will remember for their lifetime. And second, the benefit of the overall great experience of volunteering. It gives us the opportunity to learn about ourselves as volunteers, to learn about those around us, to build new relationships, and in some cases learn from different cultures. For those who are young and exploring the talents that they use through the AmeriCorps program, it provides an opportunity to learn about themselves. And I've seen examples many examples of where it then shows them lifelong professions that they go into in terms of community service. Whatever our reasons of volunteering may be, someone's quality of life is improved. Through our foster grandparent program, which is the program we oversee at Aging Partners, we have placed 31 seniors in the community in schools, Head Start programs, and other intergenerational experiences. Lincoln Parks and Recreation has 22 volunteers, AmeriCorps volunteers, who work with at-risk youth and focus on improving the 40 developmental assets for future success. And then in the summer, they operate 2 summer programs, summer camps. Thank you for helping us recognize these important volunteers in our community and in your proclamation and in recognizing the volunteers' contributions. And I'd like to close with a quote from Benjamin Franklin. He said, one of many things, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, but involve me and I learn." Thank you.
Well, thank you, Randy. That was a very well-spoken description of the importance of volunteers. Karen Wobig with the Extension Office, and I just would like to add, well, first of all, a fun little piece here. My daughter was an AmeriCorps volunteer under Mr. Jones at the American Red Cross office for a year, I believe, or a year and a half or something. So small world sometimes. But anyway, on behalf of Extension, I'm grateful for an opportunity to publicly thank all the volunteers that we work with throughout the year. Last year alone, we had almost 1,500 volunteers that helped us, as Randy said, increase our capacity. Those 1,500 volunteers, or near 1,500, produced over 24,000 hours of volunteer service. And it is absolutely imperative that we have volunteers to operate our programs. We wouldn't be able to serve the residents of Lancaster County at all in the capacity that we do without the volunteers. We have about 1,200 members of our 4-H club program, and all those clubs are led by volunteers. And so we're just very, very grateful for that. Our Master Gardener program is also hugely reliant on the volunteers as Master Gardeners that serve our public here. So we're very, very grateful for them. If you put a value on just last year's, which is a typical year of that 24,000 hours plus, it's about $525,000 of a benefit to this community. So volunteers are immensely important to our programming at Extension, and we're very grateful for their service, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak about it this morning.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jones and Ms. Wolbeck, especially your remarks quoting Benjamin Franklin. I think those words are true today as they were when he spoke them. So thank you so much, and thank you for your leadership in allowing these volunteers to contribute to Lancaster County.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Any questions?
No, but just comment, you will be participating this afternoon?
Correct. There will be a ceremony later today recognizing the significance of volunteers in the community. So
Great.
look forward to joining you today.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Please see the correlating item, Mr. Clerk.
This is item 5B. This is a resolution recognizing April 4th, 2017 as National Service Recognition Day.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the resolution recognizing April 4th as National Service Recognition Day. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Next is number 4. This is a public hearing, Class K liquor license application for Kramer Bar and Grill at 11365 West Kramer Street in Kramer, Nebraska.
Okay, I'll go ahead and resume the public hearing for the Class K liquor license application for the Kramer Bar and Grill. Is there anyone here to testify in support, opposition, or in the neutral capacity? Seeing none, I will close the liquor license application hearing for the Kramer Bar and Grill. Please see the correlating item, Mr. Clerk.
This will be under new business. 5C is a resolution in a matter of an application for a Class K liquor license for Michael and Tammy Roth doing business as Kramer Bar and Grill at 11365 West Kramer Street, Kramer, Nebraska.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the application for a Class K liquor license for Michael and Tammy Roth doing business as Kramer Bar and Grill. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. New business 5D is a resolution in the matter of witness fees paid by Lancaster County which have remained unclaimed for 6 months or more.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution regarding witness fees paid by Lancaster County which have remained unclaimed for 6 months or more. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. E is setting the annual salary for Erica Preuss, Deputy County Attorney, in the amount of $64,041.12 as Attorney 1 effective April 6, 2017.
Good morning, Mr. Sear and Mr. Kelly.
I've got something afterwards.
Okay. Doug Sear, Deputy Lancaster County Attorney. Erica is not with us today because she doesn't start until Thursday. She's currently employed in the Dodge County Attorney's Office in Fremont. Before that, she was in the Washington County Attorney's Office. She'd come to us with about 3.5 years of experience. That's why we're asking you to start her at step 2 instead of step 1. That's probably a little conservative on our part, but wanted to give her a little boost for her experience.
Commissioner Shore?
What division will she be working in?
She'll be working in juvenile. She's replacing Jordan Talsma, who recently left our office after having been a law clerk and then in child support, and then he went to juvenile, and he went over to Iowa to engage in private practice over there.
Any other questions?
My purpose today was just to let you know, overall, then we are only one attorney short from being full-staffed, and we're working on that. But this is a good hire. We're excited about it.
Excellent. Well, hopefully when she does start, we look forward to the opportunity to meet with her.
Yep.
Excellent.
Over.
You bet.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Sear or Mr. Kelly?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second setting the annual salary for Erica Pruez in the amount of $64,041.12. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
F is authorizing payment to the City of Lincoln in the amount of $10,800 for property generally located at 2201 South 17th Street upon final approval of the city ordinance authorizing conveyance of city surplus property to Lancaster County.
Good morning, Mr. Durbin.
Dave Durbin, Deputy County Attorney, Lancaster County Attorney's Office. So what you have before you is basically an item seeking authorization for the Budget and Fiscal Office to make payment to the city as soon as their ordinance is finalized. The ordinance was passed last Monday authorizing sale of surplus and sale of a little piece of ground related to the mental health center that we've been trying to sell now for a little while.
3 years.
And
Seems like forever.
it has felt like forever for everybody involved. This is basically the last piece of the puzzle. Once we have this, then we'll see several other items come through But this would save some time if we have the authorization to pay as soon as the ordinance is finalized.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, authorizing the payment to the City of Lincoln for the property located at 2201 South 17th Street. Upon final approval of the city ordinance authorizing conveyance of the city surplus property to Lancaster County. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. 5G is a resolution authorizing the chair of the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners to execute an agreement with the State of Nebraska Department of Roads to coordinate the effects of the state's construction of the South Beltway on county roads.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, authorizing the execution of an agreement with the State of Nebraska Department of Roads to coordinate the effects of the state's construction of the South Beltway on county roads. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. H is authorizing the Lancaster County Engineer to execute the environmental assessment for the South Beltway.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to execute the environmental assessment for the South Beltway. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. I is construction contract with Straight Line Striping, Inc. for pavement striping services. The county will pay $214,990 for the products and services. The work shall be completed on or before August 11th, 2017.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the construction contract with Straight Line Striping for pavement striping services. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. J is a recommendation from the purchasing department and the county engineer to award a contract to Midwest Pump and Equipment Company for an asymmetric two-post lift and removal of existing in-ground single-post vehicle lift. The total cost of county is $36,034.
Good morning, Mr. Shorter.
Morning. Ken Schroeder, Lancaster County Engineering. Pam wanted me to speak a little bit on this item, just to give you a little background. Totally, we have 6 vehicle lifts in the county, and 2 of them were budgeted to be replaced. They're just, their original equipment when the building was built, so they're like 30 years old. These single poles don't have the capacity and accommodate the length of equipment that we have now. So we were going to replace these. The additional 2 didn't pass a recent inspection, so we're getting a good price to replace 4 of them at this time. And we'll make some adjustments in the budget elsewhere. So I just, one of them that we have has been replaced in 2007. So out of the 6, we'll have 1 more additional one that we'll probably need to do something with in the future.
Yeah.
So.
And I had discussed with the county engineer that, yeah, this equipment has outlived its useful life.
Right.
And actually, it's now become a safety issue.
Yes.
And likely will not be permitted in the future.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, to approve the contract to Midwest Pump and Equipment Company for the asymmetric two-post lift and removal of existing in-ground single-post vehicle lift. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. 5K is a contract with Outback Fence and Stain to provide fence construction for 5 Lancaster County gravel sites. The cost of county is not to exceed $92,503.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, to approve the contract with Outback Fence and Stain to provide fence construction for 5 Lancaster County gravel sites. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. L is a contract with Schmader Electric Construction, Inc. to provide an outdoor warning siren. The cost of county is not to exceed $26,975.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, to approve the contract with Schmader Electric Construction to provide an outdoor warning siren. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. M is an amendment to County Contract C-17-144 with Schneider Construction LLC for painting services. The amendment adds a new section into the contract for workers' compensation insurance.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the county contract with Schneider Construction for painting services. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. 5N is an amendment to County Contract C-14-193 with All Needs Computer and Mailing Services, Inc. for the annual requirements of Election Commission mailing services. The amendment renews the contract from April 15, 2017 through April 14, 2018. The cost of the county is not to exceed $2,100.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the amended contract with All Needs Computer and Mailing Services for the annual requirements of Election Commission mailing services. Any discussion?
Perfect time to remind people that today is Election Day.
I was going to mention that during the public comment period, but yes, it is. Today would be a good day for the public, for the citizens of Lincoln who are eligible to vote to do so, exercise that right. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. O is an amendment to County Contract C-15-185 with Stericycle for their annual requirements of infectious waste pickup and disposal. The amendment renews the contract from April 14, 2017 through April 13, 2018. The cost of the county is not to exceed $1,660.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the contract with Stericycle for the annual requirements of infectious waste pickup and disposal. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. P are amendments to the following contracts for the annual supply of antifreeze, coolants, and windshield washer fluid. The amendment renews the contracts from April 10th, 2017 through April 9th, 2018. And this is for County Contract C-15-151 with Sapp Brothers Petroleum, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $4,000. And County Contract C-15-150 with Thermo King Christensen, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $1,000.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the amendments with county contracts for the annual supply of antifreeze, coolants, and windshield washer fluid. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. 5Q is a grant contract with Human Services Federation in amount of $5,350 for youth Thrive trainings from the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice, Community-Based Juvenile Services Aid State Grant Number 16-CB-0523. Term of the grant contract is February 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2017.
Good morning, Sarah with Lincoln Lancaster Human Services. This was a collaborative between the Human Services Office and also the Nebraska Children and Family Foundation to provide this training for youth service workers in Lancaster County. There were actually 2 trainings that were conducted. One already has occurred, the other one is to occur this month. We were limited to 20 per training. The registration went out and was filled the same day. So we have a waiting list. We're looking at trying to get this training again. Commissioner Wilchin, this Youth Thrive training is the training that was mentioned yesterday in our JDI committee, we attended, that they're bringing for their national conference to talk about Youth Thrive and how youth service workers should attend it. It's evidence-based and so forth. So again, our workers were trained in this in the community. One training already occurred. The next training is coming up. We've had very positive feedback from the people that attended the first training session. So we're looking forward to expanding this and working with the Children and Family Foundation again to conduct this training.
Yes, and this was something that Sarah did speak about yesterday at the State Disproportionate Minority Committee, in which we did give a presentation. Human Services Director, did brief the committee on the outcomes of this program, and they were very well received by the State Crime Commission and the other staff and representatives from other counties. So, again, thank you for all your great work, Sarah.
Thank you.
Commissioner Short.
Clarification. Did you say Children and Families Foundation?
Yes.
And then the Human Services Federation is involved as well?
We contracted with the Human Services Federation to actually provide the training.
Okay.
They were able to secure the facility and then did all of the administrative work behind the
okay.
scenes of setting it up and so forth. The Children and Family Foundation primarily provided support in the way of food
Okay.
for participants, since we're
That's
limited
important.
in our grant for that, so.
Are there any questions for Ms. Hoyle?
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Human Services Federation and for the Youth Thrive trainings from the Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Community-Based Juvenile Services Aid State Grant. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. R is a grant contract amendment with Lighthouse, Inc. to modify the source of funding for County Contract C-16-0624 to include Nebraska Commission on Law Enforcement and Criminal Justice Community-Based Juvenile Services Aid State Grant number 15-EB-0602 and number 16-CB-0523. Term of the grant contract is July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017.
And this is just an amendment to an existing contract we have with Lighthouse. This is a result of the grant funds being deobligated and us moving funding around to continue programming.
Move approval?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to amend the grant contract with Lighthouse. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 6 is a consent item, utility permit number 1525, allowing Nebraska Link Holdings LLC to install buried fiber optic cable from 1,370 linear feet west of Highway 43 and Stagecoach Road easterly under Stagecoach Road to the Otoe County line. There is no cost to the county.
Move approval of the consent item.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent item. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 7 is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time. Next is number 8, announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, April 6, 2017 at 8:30 a.m. in the Bill Luxford studio of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold their next regular meeting on Tuesday, April 11, 2017 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building with the Board of Equalization immediately following. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live. It is rebroadcast on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on 5 City TV, cable channel 5. In addition, the meeting may be viewed on the internet at lancaster.ne.gov under 5 City TV Video on Demand or 5 City TV on YouTube.
Move we adjourn?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
That concludes the Board of Commissioners meeting. Thank you.